In this review, I'm going to look at the new Walgreens exclusive Marvel Legends Sentry. The Sentry comes in the new windowless style packaging. I think this is the first Walgreens exclusive to have the windowless packaging. The packaging has a render of the figure on the front of the box. Really wish they'd use real action figure photography. Render on the side. Artwork on this side. On the back, we have another render, and the accessories he comes with is a transforming void head and 2 trigger hands. We know Sentry likes using guns. Let's open them up, take a look inside. You have to be on the lookout too for accessories in these wax paper bags, and the figure's in the same type of bag. Let's get the figure out of the baggie. And the accessories. Here we have the Sentry outside the packaging with all the accessories. We have the alternate transforming head, which has got a lot of sculpted detail, but the paintwork is very much to be desired. It's lacking a lot of paint. I actually have 2 of these Sentries. Opened one up already and detailed the head out. The sculpt is there. You can see where the flesh should be paint flesh. The ears are even still bone color. So it should have flesh like being flayed off the skin because it's all sculpted there. You can see once you just put a little bit of detail in the paint, really comes to life, or whatever you want to call it, getting your flesh torn off your skull is. But yeah, it's very lacking in paint on this alternate head. And I just want to show what could have been possible if they put a little bit of effort into it instead of just a very little like remnants of a black wash. Paint the eyes yellow and the teeth and the tongue. Nothing else. And I've got a little bit of blonde hair, and it's very flat with a little bit of black wash to it, which shouldn't use black wash on blonde. You should use like a reddish orange wash on that. It's like I used a mahogany wash over here, which made it look better, and then dry brushed blonde color back over top of it. The other 2 accessories are trigger hands, vertically hinged, properly hinged hands for a character that's like Superman level strength and stuff. He don't use guns. Why the hell did they give us trigger hands? That is crazy. But for Sentry himself, he looks great. Great update. We have seen some of these parts before, but we got an all new torso, new head, new belt, new cape. It's reusing some of the Grim Reaper body parts, like the arms and legs, but the rest is new. And that actually, I'm glad to see that, because the original Grim Reaper torso does not have enough clearance to move the shoulders. It starts to chew up your shoulders once you articulate up. That head sculpt, though, that is nice. I know some people were complaining about the windswept hair, but this is what he looks like. At least this version of the Sentry, that's what he looked like in the comics. I don't know what they were complaining about. I don't always want my figures to have the hair just like always down. Like, would it been nice to have like a alternate head with the hair down? Kinda. But I'm fine with this. The hair looks good. Again, with where is all this stuff coming from? I just opened this figure up. There's lint like all over the hair. It's like, I don't know. Anyway, the hair does have a wash to it. The wrong color wash, to use a black wash again, which I don't know why they're putting black wash over top of blonde hair. It's not what you do. But it still looks pretty good. The sculpt of the face looks nice. The face details are painted well. Got the glowing yellow eyes, a little bit of a reddish pink tone around the eyes, make it look like he's powering up, or a little anger to him. Getting ready to change into the void, where he's going to get ready to rip another superhero in half like he did with Ares. I like how they did the cape. Instead of just being just a plug-in cape like the original Sentry, it actually is glued onto the figure. It goes all the way to the front. The cape is connected to the front, goes across the shoulders, onto the back. Let's pop the head off, take a look at that. So it goes around the neck, Get a little bit of a V shape around the collar. The torso is actually got a divot into the torso for allow for this cape to sit properly, nice and flush. Drapes over the shoulders really nice and natural look. We got a new belt that is one piece instead of like the old Sentry belt was snap on. This is actually a single piece. Now, one thing about with the new torso, I noticed that it sticks these shoulders out a little bit too far for my taste, but it's a trade-off though. You got the nice V shape, and I notice like a lot of the pictures and the images, you notice he's got his arms turned inward. Kind of hides the fact that his shoulders stick out a little bit too much. I just want to point that out. Plus, like I said, there's a trade-off. Like you want to keep your nice range of motion without chewing up your shoulders. That's might be a trade-off for they had to stick the shoulders out a little bit farther. Let's do the articulation. He's on a ball joint on the disc hinge, so he can look up, look down, full 360. No tilt from side to side. Disc hinge shoulders. Kick up this much. Full 360 rotation. Bicep rotation. Full 360. Double jointed elbows. Get you up this much. Hinge and swivel wrist. Horizontally hinged. And the trigger hands are vertically hinged. He's got an ab crunch. You can go back this far. Nice sculpt. Doesn't break. Doesn't get like the pregnant belly look or the pizza oven. This is a very nicely done new torso. Crunches forward. How's the back look? And looks good back here too. Got a little bit of bulge in the back when he crunches forward, but the cape will hide that. I like this torso. Hopefully they use it for other stuff. Be nice to see a white vision or something use this maybe. Got the nice triangle shape. New belt, which over top the waist twist hides that. Just be mindful when you use the waist twist. Probably want to lift the belt up. Yeah. So you get the full 360 there. Ball joint hips. Kick out this far. Kick forward this much. Back's actually really good. And thigh rotation, full 360. Double joint knees. Get you up this far. There is boot cut. And he has boots, so I'm fine with that. Hinged ankles go up this much, go down this much. Ankle pivots. And really good articulation. Let's do a few comparisons with some other figures. Pop the other head back on before we do that. First up, let's compare them with the original Sentry. It's on the Hyperion mold. It's a lot slimmer build. I like this build for Sentry a lot more. I always thought this body was too bulky for Sentry. And here we have a customized Walgreens Punisher. That is also on the Grim Reaper body, but that's got the original Grim Reaper torso. So I want to put the comparison between the two. So he's got the same arms and legs. We got Bucky Cap, Black Widow. This is a nice, good size. Even though this is not as big as the Hyperion mold, he's about the same height. He's still bulky, but he's not overly bulky like the Hyperion mold. We got the Renew Your Vows 2-pack Spider-Man. We got Spinneret. We got Gore the God Butcher. The new Venom. G.I. Joe Classified Sergeant Slaughter. Custom G.I. Joe Classified Mr. T. Loose Collectors Executive Replicas Lady Death. BST Ninja Turtle. This, I just want to showcase the sheer ridiculousness of the fact that the Sentry comes with gun hands. Not really known to be strapped with weapons. He's a Superman level character, not a Punisher character. So why, I don't know why in the world they didn't give him flying hands or anything, or gripping hands, or anything besides trigger fingers, which makes absolutely no sense for the character. Overall, I'll say I'm really happy with this new Sentry. Even with the shortcomings it might have with the shoulders sticking out a little bit too far, the improperly painted head, which is one's on there is much better because I painted it. This is what it looks like without paint. But it's a great update for a character that needed an update, and they nailed it. I love the look. Really, if he's going to do an alternate head, though, it'd be nice to do like the short hair, either a short-haired look or the bearded look. This is just not selling to me that it's transforming from Sentry to Void. That's not what the Void looks like. It looks like it's more like a Johnny Blaze transforming head than anything. But the colors really pop, though. I like the shade of yellow they used. The blue looks good. So overall improvement over the other one. I would have liked to have some like shading on it. So like the old one actually did do us really well with adding shading. We had like the nice two-tone yellow. We had the base yellow, and then they added like this orangish yellow for add depth to the color. Wish they could have done that with this new one. Overall, though, still, it's a really good update. Like minus the few little things, nitpicks I got with it. But anyway, thanks for taking the time to watch the video. Like, share, comment, subscribe. And I'll catch y'all next time.